you should have arrived to this point if your registration to our website has been successful. Last check, please remember to add an email address in your contact details that you have access for your whole application process, because we're going to use this email address for your enrollment process, and we're going to also use it to look for you. So please be careful about this and make sure to use an email address that you actually have access to. So in your My Application, for example, here the candidate has added preferences in the undergraduate program in bioengineering. So he has an application in the draft and several unresolved tasks to complete, and we're going to look into it together. So this is your application. Priorities, you can add more courses if you wish to. Just remember you have to pay an application fee for each course you add into your priorities. So if you add a second course, you'll have to pay another application cost. Your profile should be completed in all the section have a red dot next to the name of the section. If you don't do it, the profile, for example, if I try to save it without that, it will actually like it when you save it, but it won't let you submit the application if there's something in the profile that does not work. We'll leave it like this so I can show you later. Contacts, please just remember to copy all your contact details from official information, which will be your identity card, your passport. Just be the more punctual you can, because it's very important. We're going to use this information for your enrollment and later on to identify you as a candidate. So it's very important to have the correct information. We go back to priorities for a short minute. That this is the deadline of the intake you are applying to. Is not the deadline to apply for the whole academic year. For each intake has a deadline. If you miss the first intake deadline, you can apply to the next intake until you get to the last intake, and then we're closed for that academic year. So going on, this is the education section. Here, for example, we are applying for an undergraduate course. So the candidate can just fill one block because we just need information from the high school studies. If you are, instead of applying for a graduate program, just remember to insert a block about your undergraduate studies and all the main information about this. Please remember to copy all the information from your official documentations, because we're going to check. We are going to compare the information that you filled into the system to the information you have provided us, and try to find out if you've been truthful. And also because if you are a graduate applicant, please know that the committee who's evaluating your application will really need a lot of information. Okay, languages, just say which languages are you native in. And this is not native languages about your personal profile. It's not about an entry requirement for the course. The language requirement for the course you're applying to will be written in the course overview, or there's a specific task in a checklist. The documents here is just a summary of all the documents you have uploaded into the system, and you upload the documents through your checklist. Okay, this is the most important part of your application. The red symbol over here, it means that the task is not completed and you won't be able to submit. Like, I'm doing submit, but the system is saying that all these tasks are not completed, so you cannot submit it. So just go into the task, read very carefully all the instruction. And for example, the only way to resolve this task is to declare that I have participated, or I'm going to participate in a talk Kai. This status, I'm not interested in this course anymore, it's added because tasks are related to specific course requirement. If you add in your application an additional priority for another course, or if you cancel one course because you're not interested anymore, you may find tasks related to the canceled course, even if you cancel the course itself. So if a task is related to a canceled course, you just say, I'm not interested in this course anymore. Now you're asking yourself, how would I know that a task is related to a canceled course? Because you should have read the entry requirement into the overview. Anyway, we can provide a system for this, but I really recommend to check the entry requirements for each course so you have more knowledge about what each task is asking of you. This is about your language proficiency. You have to be truthful. You have to choose the status that will reflect your actual curriculum. I don't need a language test. I'm a native speaker. For this option, the system requires you to upload a document. So, for example, I have a degree entirely in English. Please provide your certification, which is a medium of instructions, or the certificate itself. I have registered for a language test. Okay, write in the comments below the date and type of test you registered for. So the task actually will guide you. To the correct, to what kind of information add in the single task. Here you'll find more informations. Just read and you'll get there. It's actually easier than you think. This yellow will not stop your application to be submitted. It's just a warning. You have to be aware that if you don't have any certification for the Italian language proficiency, you have to do something about it. In this case, we offer a test, an Italian language test. But if you have any other option here that reflects your status, just go for it and select it. As long as you're truthful, you're going to be alright. Here, if you say that you have a Italian language certificate, you have to, of course, upload it. And then maybe you were interested in a course completely taught in Italian, but you're not anymore. You are now interested in a course completely taught in English. So you go for, I'm not interested in this course anymore. And that will solve your okay. And that will solve your task anyway. Okay, this also needs attention. For undergraduate, you need to declare that your diploma was obtained after 12 years schooling. For more information about this, please go on our website. The residence permit, we really need to know your status. If you are non-EU students looking for a visa for the first time, you probably don't have an Italian residence permit, and you will apply once you arrive in Italy. But if you have been in Italy before, or you have family in Italy, maybe you have a residence permit and you can choose the correct status here. Okay, here now, everything is solved because we said yellow won't block your submission. And this, it means that the task is resolved. The checklist still has this red dot because it was blocked on the last submission. We can do a save, but I think we can do a submission, and the application has been submission, and congratulations, your application has been submitted. That was all the information, and now in your inbox you have your message that your submission has been completed. This was your payment instruction that in order to submit it, you have of course completed. And now the only thing you have to wait for is our feedback. If for any reason you wish to withdraw your application, this is where you do it.